Welcome in, beautiful soul. This space is sacred, it's soft, it's gentle, it's honest. And today's episode is for anyone who's ever wondered if stillness meant they were stuck. For the hearts who feel like they've been planted, not buried. For the souls still learning growth doesn't always make a sound. This is even when it's quiet, I'm still becoming. A reminder that transformation often happens in the silence. That healing doesn't always roar. And that God does his deepest works beneath the surface. So wherever you are, in your car, on a walk, curled up under your favorite blanket, take a breath, unclench your heart, and know this. You are becoming. And that's more than enough. There was a time I thought silence meant I was doing something wrong. Like if I wasn't busy fixing, striving, or proving, then I must be falling behind. But healing taught me something different. It taught me that the quiet is not the absence of growth. It's the soil of it. I've had seasons where God didn't speak the way I wanted him to, where the answers didn't come fast. The clarity didn't land clear, and I felt like I was sitting in a waiting room with no name on the door. But even then, something inside me was still becoming, still learning, still unfolding. Today I want to talk about the sacred space, the in-between, the moments that feel still, but are secretly blooming. Because even when it's quiet, your spirit is not asleep. Your becoming is not delayed, and your purpose is still being written, right here in this pause. Let's talk about that holy kind of quiet. Even when it's quiet, I'm still becoming. There's a kind of growth that doesn't make a sound. No applause, no dramatic breakthroughs, no trophies to prove the process. Just a quiet kind of becoming, the one that unfolds in silence, where it's just you, God, and the stillness between the breaths. Lately, I've been in that space, the in-between, where life isn't necessarily falling apart, but it's not necessarily falling into place either. I'm not going in circles anymore. But I'm also not quite sure where I'm going. But for the first time, I'm letting that be okay. It's easy to tie our worth to what we're producing, what we're fixing, and how quickly we're healing. But what about the parts of the story that stretch without conclusion? What about the days where getting out of bed is the victory? And hope looks like brushing your teeth and whispering a prayer. Psalms 46:10 says, "Be still and know that I am God." And there's a power in stillness, but I fought it for years. I filled every quiet moment with noise, every pause with panic, every uncertainty with self-doubt. I thought, if I could just do more, be more, prove more, I'd finally be enough. But I'm learning that growth doesn't always look like movement. Sometimes it's in the pause, in the way I'm learning not to explain myself to people who never try to understand me, in the way I'm holding space for grief and joy to coexist, in the way I pray, not just to be delivered, but to be developed. This season isn't loud, but it's sacred. There are old versions of me trying to make sense of what went wrong. Echoes of past relationships, missed chances, and broken promises that cling to shadows. But I am no longer navigating my peace with memories that refuse to be healed. I don't need to reopen every door just to prove I've made it. I can simply stay here, present, quiet, becoming. Isaiah 43:19 reminds us, "See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it?" I used to think new things had to start with fireworks. Now I understand that sometimes they begin with silence, with a single breath of surrender, with one honest prayer. God, I'm tired, but I trust you. There's a slow kind of healing happening within me, a kind that doesn't need to be seen to be real. It's in how I forgive myself faster now, in how I no longer chase love that costs me my peace, in how I'm learning that God's plan doesn't always match my timeline, and that's a gift, not a punishment. Some days I feel like I'm blooming in reverse, undoing the thorns to find the bud. But maybe that's okay. Maybe that's holy. Because the truth is, even when nothing looks like it's changing, God is still working. Even when I don't feel like I'm growing, the roots are getting deeper. Even when I don't hear Him, He's still whispering life into the pieces I thought were dead. Romans 8:28 tells us, "And we know that in all things God works for good of those who love Him." All things, not just the beautiful ones. So if you're in your own quiet season, this is for you. If you're in the in-between, trying to make peace with the pace of your becoming, I see you. You're not behind. You're not broken. You're not forgotten. You're blooming, even if no one sees it yet. You're healing, even if it doesn't feel heroic. You're growing even in stillness, because even when it's quiet, you're still becoming. And God is still good. You know that silence that feels a little too loud? The kind that settles in when the plants stall, where prayers echo back unanswered, when everyone else seems to be moving and you're just still. Yeah, that quiet. I used to hate it. I thought silence meant failure, that stillness meant I wasn't growing, that if I wasn't producing or achieving or posting some victory, I was falling behind. I'd scroll through the noise of everyone else's progress, crunching my own stillness like it was my curse. But what I didn't know back then is that becoming doesn't always make noise. Sometimes it's not loud or glamorous or even visible to anyone else. Sometimes it looks like sitting in a room alone with your fears and choosing not to hide. It looks like making peace with a version of you that you used to hide from. It looks like breaking generational patterns in private, shredding old mindsets one prayer at a time, and realizing that healing is just as holy as hustling. It took me a long time to understand that silence isn't the absence of movement. It's the birthplace of it. Just like seeds grow underground, unseen and unbothered by the world above them, so we do. Ecclesiastes 3:1 says, "There is a time for everything, and a season for every activity under the heavens." And that includes becoming, even when it's quiet, especially when it's quiet. I used to beg God for acceleration. I'd whisper desperate prayers like, "God, can you just show me what's next? Can you just let something break through already?" But instead of opening doors, He started opening me. He peeled back the layers I had built to protect myself. He slowed me down not to punish me, but to prepare me. Because becoming isn't about rushing, it's about surrendering. There's something sacred about the hidden seasons, the ones where no one is clapping for you, the ones where you're rebuilding your identity in the dark. That's where I found myself. That's where God found me. Isaiah 45:3 says, I will give you hidden treasures, riches stored in secret places, so that you may know that I am the Lord. Secret places, hidden treasures. That means there is value in the quiet. There's gold in the stillness. God does some of his deepest work in the moments no one sees. I used to think the goal was visibility. Now I know it's depth. Becoming isn't linear, it's layered. Some days you'll feel on fire with purpose. Other days, just getting out of bed is enough. Both are sacred. Both are becoming. Don't let a quiet season convince you that God's gone silent. He's not ignoring you. He's investing in you. Whispering truths into your spirit that will shape the way you walk when the volume comes back on. Psalms 46:10 says, Be still and know that I am God. Still doesn't mean stuck. Still doesn't mean forgotten. Still means held, known, loved. So if you're in that space right now, the in-between, the quiet, the nothing seems to be moving season, this is your reminder that you are not behind. You are not too late. You are not invisible to the one who formed you. You're becoming. Every time you choose peace over panic, every time you return to hope instead of hiding in fear, every time you forgive yourself for the way you once survived, that's becoming, and no one can take that away from you. The world may not see it yet, but heaven does. And someday, when it blooms, it will be undeniably God. Because it grew in the silence. It grew in your surrender. It grew even when it was quiet. And so did you. If you're going through a quiet season right now, where the prayers feel unanswered and the path seems hidden, I hope you know this. God is still moving, healing is still happening, and you are still becoming. Don't rush the silence. Isaiah 30:15 says, In quietness and trust is your strength. So if all you have today is your breath and a little bit of trust, that's enough. Until next time, may you find peace in the pauses, strength in the silence, and hope in the hidden places. You're becoming, even here, even now. This is Radio After Rain. Until the next storm, or the peace that follows it.